I thought these kinds of things only happen in the movies. Welcome to the story time of how I went to the wrong concert. I really love concerts. I fell in love, I think, like 2 years ago, where my year was crazy, like full of a bunch of concerts. I went to see Youngblood, Imagine Dragons, Birdie, James Bay, Simo. Never know how to pronounce that. Who else? Not Coldplay, the other ones. I can't remember, just like a bunch of people, and I love it. I really love it because just listening to music live, I feel like feels completely different. And whenever I come back to Madrid for my semester, I look at this website called Songkick, and I look at what kind of concerts are in Madrid during the time that I'm here, and then I choose some, buy them, and go see them. This semester I wanted to go to certain artists, but they were sold out, like Cigarettes After Sex and other artists that I can't remember right now. So I've decided to go to smaller ones because I actually prefer that. I prefer when the venue is really small and there's not a lot of people, because then you don't have to come like 6 hours early to actually be able to get in and like see the artists on stage. Because that happened with 5 Seconds of Summer, where we went really early. I think we arrived at the venue at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and they opened the door probably at like 8. But I mean, we went with my friends and like we were reading outside and everything, so like it was a nice time. But I don't want to have to do this every time. And I remember years ago when I went to see Louis Capaldi for the first time, and he played in this such like small venue in Prague, and I think I was not in the second row, but like very in the front. I went with my little sister, and it was just amazing because you can actually like interact with the artist, see them, not just on some big plasma screen. So I look at the Soundkick website, I skim through it. I even told myself that I'm gonna go see someone that I don't really know, but I like their music. Whenever I found someone, I just looked in Spotify and played their music, and if I liked the music, I was like, okay, I might go see them. So I picked 3 concerts for this semester. First, Celeste. Second, Sam Tompkins. And third, Bismaya. I don't know how to pronounce that. It's a Spanish band. And from the last one, the Spanish band, I really didn't know any songs, but I started playing them and I really like them. Sam Tompkins, I know like 2 or 3 songs, and I was actually really surprised because I fell in love with his song called Lose It All right before I went on Erasmus. I remember it vividly because I even went to like sing it in this garage or whatever. I was really enjoying that song, and so I was really excited to go see him. And then Celeste. I thought it was the British singer, kind of R&B pop music. Boy, was I wrong. I don't know if I looked or didn't look enough on the website or whatever, but I just thought I was going to see her. Well. Okay, here's where I'm gonna stop, and I'm gonna explain the events that happened that night. I was excited for this concert for quite a while. A week ago, I was in my home country for a couple of days, and I was talking to my mom, telling her how excited I am about this concert. I remember I was telling about this concert to many people, and I was like, yeah, this is the first concert that I'm gonna go to alone, because I've been wanting to do that also for some time, just to see what it feels like, because I've always gone with friends, but this time I didn't have anyone to go with, and I was like, okay, this is the perfect opportunity to go alone. And my mom was saying, yeah, I have this concert as well. I came back to Madrid, I knew it was coming, and then on that day, it was Sunday, 20th of October. I've had it in my calendar for like a month since I bought the ticket. It was a day when I was finishing my Spanish assignment. That took a lot of effort, and I still wasn't done. I was supposed to hand it in on Monday, and I wasn't done, but I knew I had the concert, so I was like, I have to go to the concert. I got ready, I wore pearls, I wore glitter lipstick, highlighter, I think. I was wearing a skirt with a little white top. I had my pink analog camera, my newest edition of my collection, with me to take some pictures, and then like this little white purse. I was even thinking I don't really want to go, but not because I didn't want to go to the concert, but I was a little bit stressed about the assignment because I haven't finished it. I was like, okay, I'm gonna finish it Monday morning. So I got ready and I went. I think also the night before, I was looking into the, what is it called? The band that goes before the main act. Let me Google. Forerunner? Support band? Supporting act? something like that. Because when I looked at my ticket, the original ticket, it had, a certain venue, certain time, certain supporting act on it. And then when I looked again to download it onto my phone, it changed. Like the venue was different, the supporting act was different, and they also changed the timetable, like when they were opening the door, just by like 30 minutes, but like they pushed it back. I actually Googled the supporting act, the band, and at that moment, I was already thinking something is a little bit strange about this, because it was like a metal band. I was like, how are these two connected? But I was thinking maybe I didn't look into the original supporting act, so I was thinking maybe they couldn't do it all of a sudden, so the manager or whatever of Celeste found just someone to hop in and like do it instead of them, and that's why their genres or styles weren't aligning. But it was like a metal band, just like instrumental. They weren't singing. But I remember sitting on the couch in the living room with my friend. I was like, what is this? Why are they playing there? But like I said, I had my theories, so I was like, okay, it's fine. Then the day of, I arrived at the venue. There was no line outside. They opened the doors at 8. I was there at like 8:06 or something like that, 8:10, and there were like 3 people coming in. I was like, okay, it's perfect, because the Forerunner was supposed to start playing at 8:15 and then the main act at 9:15. So I was like, this is perfect, I don't have to wait in a line. I got in, there weren't that many people, so I was at the very front, I think like second or third row. Then they started playing. It was what I Googled, found on YouTube. I was like, okay, I was kind of like still enjoying it, not my typical type of music that I would listen to. But like I said, I was enjoying it. But I was like, okay, this is enough. Now I really want to see Celeste, the British female singer. Also, what was strange was when I came in, there were only men in the room. And I was like, there's no way only men came to see Celeste. And also, like, they were of a similar kind. I don't know how to explain this, but like, long hair, beard, glasses, older, I would say around 30, 35. There were even older guys also. And then there was me, this little princess in a skirt with pearls and like lipstick and whatever, with my freaking pink camera. And I was feeling kind of strange, honestly. Like, it was fine, but I was feeling a little bit uncomfortable because I was like the black sheep of the crowd. Little did I know what was coming. The Forerunner, they finished their set, and then like a lot of people started coming in, like it was getting fuller and fuller, but all I could see around me were these rock people. I don't want to offend anyone, and I don't know how to explain it, but it was just like a crowd looking a certain way and not like me. So I was messaging with my friend who was still at home, and I was like, what's happening? Like, why are they only guys and why aren't they leaving? Because I was like, okay, maybe they came to see the supporting act and then they're gonna leave, and then a bunch of girls, they would start coming in and like exchanging with the other ones. But no, they were staying, and they were even like more all of a sudden pushing to the front, and I was trying to stay in the front because I was like, this is amazing. I'm gonna be like in the kind of first or second row, and I'm gonna be in the front. I'm gonna see her very well. Well, needless to say, it was not her. It was, I think, if I'm not mistaken, a French metal. What else do they do? Post-hardcore, sludge metal, black metal band called Celeste. You should have seen me when they came on stage and started playing, because again, there were only men on stage, and I was like, why? Where's the woman? And right before they started playing, I realized I fucked up. I bought a ticket to the wrong artist. Thank God it wasn't expensive. The way they were playing, or like singing, they were singing this time, and it was like in my opinion, it's not really singing. It's just like, you can't even understand the words. Well, The thing is, I don't listen to this kind of music at all. I don't really like this music. But as I was standing there in the middle of the crowd in the front, I was like, okay, I have to stay at least for some songs because first of all, I bought the tickets. Second of all, I didn't want people to know that I was in the wrong place. I mean, it's such a silly thing, but I felt like it would be so obvious and I didn't want them to notice. And third, I was like, okay, I have to prove that I'm not this stupid little girl that can't handle this music because it was really loud. And honestly, I felt like I was almost getting a panic attack for like many reasons because I don't know, I was in a crowd of people that they were probably nice. I don't know them, but it just felt uncomfortable for me to be, let's say, in a social bubble that I don't usually am a part of and being literally like the only person like that there. I told my friend, you could spot me if there were like 1,000, 2,000 people, you could literally spot me where I was and what was happening. Second of all, the music was kind of heavy for me in the sense where I think I have some like unprocessed trauma from maybe yelling or like whenever I hear or see people outside on the street yelling or having an argument or fighting, I have this very like uncomfortable feeling inside of me, almost like being panicky, and I don't know why. I just don't like it. I don't like when people raise their voices. Also, we have neighbors now who live underneath us and sometimes they get loud and it seems like they're arguing. I can't hear what they're saying, but it just makes me feel uneasy. And this was kind of that. It was evoking kind of the same feelings for me. I was fine though. Like I was saying that if it happened in the first or second year, I might have, like crumbled, freak out there. But like I was fine. I was honestly just like laughing, but I didn't want to laugh in front of people. So I was just, keeping it in as much as I could. I'd say I stayed for like 4 or 5 songs because in a sense I was enjoying it because it was something that I'm not used to at all. It's my whole like life motto and strategy is to expose yourself to uncomfortable situation, getting out of your comfort zone, trying new things. And so this was a part of that, I guess. I was taking it as a new life experience, also an anecdote that I will be able to tell, from now on throughout my life. I'm watching the new season of Love is Blind, and in the last episode that I saw, there were 2 people talking to each other, and this guy asked the girl, tell me a story that you would tell at a party or something in that sense. And I was like, I wouldn't know what to say, honestly. And then at the concert, I was thinking, okay, this is gonna be my story. So after like the second or third song, I was like, okay, at least let me get out from the front to the back so I could, enjoy just like away from the people, because also I was afraid that there might be like a mosh pit thing. I don't know if that's what it's called in English, but when I used to go to like my high school parties, people liked doing that, which is basically like kind of jumping and dancing and then like doing a circle. You just get thrown around, people step on your feet and whatever. And I really didn't want to do that, especially full room of 35-year-old 40-year-old guys. So I wanted to get to the back or like to the side, but each song I was like, okay, the next song, after the next song. But then after like the 4th or 5th one, I got away. I went to the side where there were like the exit doors, and I stayed for I think 1 more song. And I was like, okay, I mean I could stay there the whole time, but I was like, I'm not gonna get much more out of it that I've already gotten. So it was time to go, and I was thinking at least I'm gonna go to bed early and I'm gonna be able to finish the assignment the next morning. On my way home, I bought wine or like sangria because I was like, this is the occasion. So I brought it home, opened the door, I knocked on my roommate's door and I started telling him, like, I couldn't stop laughing. I was trying to tell him what happened and he was like, what happened? So tell me. And then we were sitting on the couch talking about it for like an hour. He was having the best time. He told me he haven't laughed this hard in a really long time. It's crazy because you really think that these kinds of things really only happen in movies. I don't know. It's too movie-like or book-like for it to happen in real life, but here we are. I'm proud of myself for not panicking and just taking it as a funny experience. Like I said, I tried something new. I don't think I'm gonna do it again, but I tried. So I guess the takeaway from this is don't worry if something in your life doesn't happen the way it's supposed to, or it turns out to be different than what you expected. Life is full of curveballs and it would be boring otherwise. So thank you for watching. I hope you liked this story of mine. If you went through anything similar in your life, let me know in the comments. I'd love to read your stories, and you can subscribe not to miss future videos, and I'll see you next time. Bye.